like, what is something like, especially because I hear a lot of horror stories basically like about people doing something stupid. I get the opportunity to work with or alongside folks that are purchasing a home. And during this exciting, nerve-wracking, and at times extremely stressful time, it helps for all of us to kind of be on the same page and to be knowledgeable about that transaction and to help each other navigate that time to make it as smooth as possible. Just today, I had the chance to talk to Dave Flashner over at Success Mortgage Partners, and we were talking about, you know, insurance, we were talking about mortgages, we were talking about some of our favorite shows that we watch on Netflix, and I decided just to press the record button. And the end result is basically some extremely amazing tips for anyone that is thinking about getting a mortgage or even going through like the refinance process or anything like that. Some things to absolutely avoid so that you can make sure that not only end up closing on time, but you stay away or steer clear of the things that could completely derail you know, the deal entirely. And like, what is something that can ultimately just completely derail the entire process, like keep them from closing on time, or maybe even just make the loan completely fall through?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, so there's one, it's just a matter of paying your bills on time, you know, staying the course of action. Don't do anything. If you think that it's not correct, call your loan officer.
And you make a good point there that communication is key, especially whenever people are going through this gigantic process.
Sure. We're dealing with money. We're dealing with ratios. So anything you buy can, you know, put the ratios out of whack. So before you make any type of purchase, call your loan officer. Ask them first. Make sure you don't have your credit pulled again. Once you're in underwriting, ask your loan officer first. There's 0% interest. I get it. You know? What's
the craziest thing that you've seen somebody like buy?
Bought a car. Let's go buy a car for, you know, a couple of, and I tell them, I hope you could live in your car.
Oh man.
If you can't live in your house, go return the car or buy the car after closing.
Right.
A lot of things that you should and should not do during the mortgage process. But if you have any doubt, call your loan officer. Ask them first to make sure it's okay. From any type of credit card transactions, any type of big purchases, opening up new credit lines, you know, those all factor into the ability to qualify for a loan or not.
What about if they just show up with a pillowcase full of cash?
Cash does not exist in my world. All cash has to be sourced. It has to be in your account for 2 months. And if it's in your account, as we call it, as a large deposit, we have to find out where it came from. So we always follow the source of money. So if Grandmama has picks up the floorboard in the dining room and pulls out a bag of cash, not okay.
Not okay. Do you watch that? Do you watch that show? They film it here in Georgia a lot. Ozark.
Love it.
Amazing, man. So that's exactly that. I immediately think of that.
The older generations still have cash on hand. The way they were raised. So to hoard cash underneath a mattress is not unheard of. So when they say, "Hey, my dad's giving me $5,000," you always have to say, "Where does it come from?" You know, give me $5,000 in cash. Not gonna work.
Man, Dave, thank you so much for the video call, man. Any last bit of advice you'd like to give everybody?
Well, you know, you got to have a long conversation. You know, this is the largest transaction we're making in their life. You know, do your homework on the loan officer. You know, make sure they got referrals and references, and you know, service is a big deal. You know, I know you're borrowing money. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. But you know, service should be up there, right there with it, because you know, there's just a lot in line. So make sure whoever you hire, whether it's me at Success Mortgage Partners or anyone else, just make sure you're doing your homework on that person and you're comfortable with them.
Awesome, man. Like I said, I really appreciate you being a guest here on the Ask Woody Wednesday show, and you know, hopefully I answered your insurance questions as well. I'll talk to you later, bro.
Anytime, my man.
Once again, thank you so much for watching Ask Woody Wednesday. It would mean the absolute world to me if you took just a split second, clicked the like button, or shared this with somebody you feel deserves to know this information or is about to go through the home purchase process, or needs to be introduced to this video series where every single Wednesday I answer your insurance questions or the questions that you never knew you needed to ask.